Thanks for being here in these tight quarters. What a great win, and thank Buckeye Nation for supporting us, and also much respect, as I told Coach Canada, that wow, was that just a back and forth. You obviously saw it, and so much respect for him and his staff and his players fighting like that, what they've been through, and I made that very clear, and very fortunate to get out of there with a win, and just a phenomenal effort on offense, on defense. You know, to give up those kind of yards is obviously very alarming, especially after I thought we had our, you've heard this before, a great week of practice, but regardless, we won our 10th game. Get ready for our rival next.
Over here to the right, Tim.
Yeah, Urban, when you just your assessment on what was going on there defensively, especially in the first half, and what.
Well, 2 were missed tackles, is what I was told. I can't see from the ground level, but I'm going to watch it when I get back, or maybe on the plane. And missed tackles, and then they got behind us in coverage a couple times, and they only threw 13 or 11 passes, and they had 2 big hits on us, and completed 6 balls for 180 yards.
And on the 2-point play, what did you guys expect? What do you remember hearing on the headset?
I wasn't even on the headset for that one. You know, I know they ran a shovel option. I even asked their coach afterwards. It looked like a shovel option, or a shovel pass. If it's closed, then you can throw a pass, and that's what they run. Very, very unique offense this is.
Were you relieved they went for 2, that this thing wasn't going to last very much
relieved
longer?
Yeah. I would have probably done the same thing if I was that coach, the way they were gaining yards on us, and relieved we won.
Did McFarland look like that on tape to you?
Yeah, he looked good. He ran for 300 yards.
Steve, Coach, J.K. Dobbins, the day that he had a career day for him, just what he was able to accomplish, 37, 38 carries, and then the situation with Mike Weber, just why he did not play today after having a big game last week. Yeah,
he practiced on Tuesday as a quad bruise, and it got worse. And we were hopeful all the way up until today. It just couldn't go. And DeMario gave us a few plays. He gave us a dynamic kick return, and he's going to be our kick returner, obviously. And yeah, without Mike, J.K. just we rode him 37 carries for 200 yards against that very good top 20 defense.
Ari?
Urban, I know getting a win on the road in the Big Ten is tough, but when you see some of the defensive issues that we've been asking about all year, 300 yards and rushing almost in the first half, it didn't seem like you guys adjusted to the play that is it an alarming situation that you have here defensively, giving up 50 points?
It is. I thought we broke the rock a little bit the last couple weeks with the limitation on big plays, and they played, you look against Michigan State, we gave up, other than the quarterback run, I think for the whole day, 18, 20 yards rushing for the whole day, other than that when the QB got out of there. So alarming is the right word, but we won, and let's go back to work, get ready for the next one.
Like moving forward, you guys are just going to have to learn how to win by giving up, in games
No.
or giving up big plays.
No.
You never accept that?
No, we're not going to accept that.
Rob, middle here.
Urban, you have 4th and 1 in the OT. What are you hearing through your headset? Did you call the pass? Pretty gutsy call.
Ryan called it. Obviously, I had to prove it, but a very stout defense, and the thing that you saw today in that short yardage is, Dwayne went in there and kept the ball a couple times. You have to. There's, I just don't know any other way, or you got to throw a lot. And 4th and 1 to, I heard the call. What do you think? What do you think? And it was a great call.
Over here to behind Coach to the right, Doug.
Urban, on the defense, though, when we've been talking about giving up big plays. You've been talking about that since the beginning of the year. When you're in week 11 and you're having some of those same issues, is there something going on with the coaching that it's not getting corrected when you're dealing with some of the same stuff this late in the year?
Well, it's the players and coaches together. If it's a missed tackle, then we're not teaching tackling enough. If it's a scheme issue, then that's a coaching issue. I can't give you the answer right now. I'll probably have a little more answer for you on Monday. But it's very alarming.
And just, again, the camera's on you all the time on the sideline. Just as you go through this emotionally, what's it like emotionally for you in a game like this? There did seem times when you're just, you guys miss this or something happens, but then you do something great. What's it like for you?
What's it like for you?
I'm not getting.
Oh, okay.
I got to write the story whether win or lose, but I can't imagine.
It's frustrating when you see a pick six, when you see a tight end not release on a pass and the quarterback fumbles, and you see, a guy that very good running back from Maryland. So it's up and down, up and down. I look, what a chess match down at the end of the game when I wonder if they, if they don't score there, more clock goes off, and I'm not sure what happens. So. a very emotional game, and been doing this a long time. But that's a very, I think it's our. I can't remember how many overtimes we've been in, but we've been pretty good in overtime games.
Tony?
Urban, Dwayne Haskins has set a bunch of records at Ohio State, but what kind of step forward did he take as a team leader today? Ran harder than we've seen him before.
He did. He
What
did.
kind of step did he take today?
Yeah, he did. He needed to take that step. That's the next step in his career, is the toughness, the leadership, and obviously through the ball. And everybody, you got to remember now, that was a top 20 defense that we went against, and I thought a lot of guys made some big plays for us. Obviously.
Austin?
Urban, you know what's coming next Saturday. I wonder what you saw today, as if you think that this version of Ohio State is ready for that rivalry test.
We'll have to play better than we did on defense, or we won't win that game. So that's going to be the message all week, and I anticipate we'll play much better.
Over here to the left, Bill?
Yeah, along those lines, how exasperating is this team for you to week in, you think you have problem solved, and you don't, and mostly survive it, but how exasperating is it to coach this team right now?
Exasperating? No, it's not at all. It's part of, like I said, done this a long time, and we've had situations where one side's not playing very well. You know, last week against Michigan State, you know, the offense was hanging on by a thread, and the defense kept us in it. And so that's just part of the game. And then kicking game saved the day. We were talking about Drew Christmas this time last week. So it's all part. It's up and down, and is it where we need to be? It's not. But we're 10-1, and we're going to try to find a way to be 11-1.
And final two questions, gentlemen, right here to the front.
You've coached a lot of great quarterbacks in Tim Tebow, JT Barrett. For Haskins, what would you say throughout this season the best thing he's improved on since becoming the starter? And what do you think for your offense you guys need to fix against Michigan or improve on?
I think he made the point that what's missing was the toughness element, and to pull the ball down and run and go get your yards. And he did that today. I thought that's the best he's done. I mean, I think he scored. Yeah, he pulled it in, and the read play, and he dropped his pads, and he has to do that. And he's been willing, and we're now going to give him those opportunities. And his leadership was great. You know, he's getting better and better at that.
And final question over here to the left, Tim.
Urban, you mentioned toughness for Dwayne. Have you seen that in building throughout the year, or
I
something kind of?
Well, Ryan Day does such a good job with him. You know, him and Ryan are very close, and you know, Ryan's he's as good a coach as I've been around, and he's on him nonstop now, nonstop at practice, and you can see it.
Great, Coach. Thank you very much.
Before in a head bump, I mean, what was the situation with Terry?
I don't know exactly, but he'll play next week. They're telling me.
Munford?
MC ankle, or I just don't know yet.
Okay.
But I'm hearing they're probable.